Let's not panic, everyone. Let's not panic. Maybe we can still cut a deal with Trump. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My channel name is Anita K. If you search that on YouTube and subscribe, that would be most appreciated. Okay, I was a newscast director. I worked for Global for a really long time. I want to say that I think that the media spin and everything that we're seeing about Trump and how our leaders are handling everything is totally hitting the wrong note. We are not. I mean, when we say all of a sudden now we're saying Canada stand strong. Oh, we will not back down. We will retaliate. We will retaliate. It is like a mouse standing up to an elephant. Or are mice scared of elephant? It's like a little ant standing up to a dragon or something. It's like the ant has no chance. Not that I'm saying like we're an ant, and I'm not proud of ourselves as a country, that I don't think we're fantastic. It says we don't have the people, we don't have the numbers, we don't have the depth and the breadth in the industry to keep up with the states. And what I think Trump is doing is coming in. He's coming in a little. He is wise and he is fair. I think he's coming in like a big granddaddy, slapping all the kids around, and all the kids are running around like Justin Trudeau and Melanie Joly, and everybody's scrambling around while he's like, "We're doing this. If you don't do what I ask, tariffs." And not. I don't think he's doing it in a way because he's wrong. He's absolutely right. He knows Canada is a money laundering playground, and we've given ourselves up to foreign agents. Come on. He knows. He sees what's happening with the drug. He knows. We all keep saying 1% of drugs get through the border, or of fentanyl. That's the 1% that you found. Think of everything else that you don't find. And it was weeks ago that we appointed this wet noodle fentanyl czar, Kevin Brosseau, who gave one presser and he looked very uncomfortable, like he didn't want to be there. And I haven't seen anything from him since. What's the plan? What's the game plan? What are we doing? And so Trump, he's actually in about 10 minutes from now. I'm recording this at 5:50 on Tuesday. He's going to give a State of the Union address. That guy, he talks. Well, he's got energy, but I think he's like acting like the granddad who's getting all the kids, bitch slapping all the kids, setting them straight. It's exactly like what my dad would do. But okay, let's just take a look at what Justin Trudeau has been up to. First, he was hobnobbing with the king for some reason. And now, where did he go? He's off in Europe somewhere, but this is what he had to say today.
Canadians are not angry at the American people for this. We don't have anything against Americans. Americans are our neighbors, our friends, our partners. We do things together. We've done things together for decades and generations. This is a policy decision by the American government designed to go after the Canadian economy.
Why is that?
Trade war, yes. But Canadians are hurt. Canadians are angry. We're going to choose to not go on vacation in Florida or Old Orchard Beach or
That's
wherever.
not the answer.
We're going to choose to try to buy Canadian products and forego bourbon and other classic American products. And yeah, we're probably going to keep booing the American anthem.
Oh,
so let me tell him.
Trudeau, you shouldn't say that. That is not what you stand up as a leader and say. You have to condemn that. If people want to buy Kentucky bourbon, they should. Rob Ford's all like, we're sorry, the bourbon people are scared in the States. No, they're not. No, they're not. I think you might make a minor dent, not the dent that you think you're going to make.
Americans, we're not booing you. We're not booing your teams. We're not booing your players. We're booing a policy that is designed to hurt us.
No, it's not designed to hurt you. It's designed for you to get your desk in order, to get your country in order, to get the fentanyl czar to do what he said Well, he didn't say anything, so I don't know what he's going to do. It's designed to get your economy going. It's designed to get the American economy to keep money in America. That's what Trump is doing. It's America first, and we have to be Canada first. This is a big spanking from Trump to get, we're leaderless right now. You're technically sort of the pseudo prime minister until March 9th. And the other guy that they're going to shove in there is somebody we haven't elected.
We're insulted and we're angry, but we're Canadian, which means we're going to stand up for each other. We're going to fight. And we're going to win. Canadians.
Who is he kidding? Oh my God. Oh my gosh, he makes me laugh. All this talk about the economy, they had no problem shutting the economy down during the COVID, did they? They were all like illegal blockades when the truckers protested, but they had no problem actually shutting the whole world down for a like a sneeze, right? Okay, so let's take a look at what some people are saying. Eby, what's the great David Eby, Premier of BC, saying? Now, he is such a, let's see what he's got to say about this.
And clean, cheap energy, a diversified economy, and access to global markets. And
I'll take it from the beginning.
Today we're at a crossroad, and the journey ahead won't be easy, but there is no place on earth I would rather be to face this threat than right here in British Columbia. He's
the king drug pusher, David Eby. He doesn't do anything about it. We had fentanyl all over the place around here. Look at all the, oh my God, not the crackheads, the drug addicted are everywhere.
Everything we need to succeed. Abundant natural wealth and clean, cheap energy. A diversified economy and
I'm going to play you a clip from Rich Coleman in a second. That was a very revealing clip, so stand by for that.
Access to global markets. And our most important resource of all, you, the people who call this beautiful place home. British Columbians are hardworking, highly skilled, and resilient. Through this uncertainty, our government will be there to stand up for you and your family.
You know what? I can't listen to this anymore. I do hate this type of talk because this is all just talking points and language that doesn't actually mean anything. These are meaningless statements to me. It's like sentences that don't really mean anything. But the thing that I don't understand about the tariffs and all our squawking about it, Melanie Joly is like, we're ready to stand up. And everybody's like, yeah, we're going to, pull all the American alcohol off the shelves, alcohol that has already been bought. So how does that help? I don't find that any of this helps Canadians. So like if you have tariffs, there's a huge list of tariffs actually you'll see on the government website here. Let me show you. Here we go. Here, okay. Look at what it even says on the government website. Canada announces robust tariff package in response to unjustified U.S. tariffs. The more you say words like this, the more people like it just reminds me of COVID because we're trying to create another mind virus in the media and in the government. So when you say so-called, the so-called freedom convoy, the so-called this, the so-called that. And when you go around and you constantly say unjustified, you really want to cement that in the minds of the public. And here it says here, March 4th, Canada will not stand by as the United States imposes unwarranted and unreasonable tariffs on Canadian goods. But you need to look at yourself as to why we're doing it. But the thing, and then they do give a list on this website of like so many things, like everything from cinnamon to poultry to everything, right? But you have to ask yourself, like, if you're going to sell a product and you're charging the US the tariff on the product, you are going to miss that sale in the US. Like the US isn't going to buy it. Like they're going to buy their own American made. It's a win-win for Trump. No matter what our product is, if it's like blueberries or whatever we import down there, lumber, you're going to put a tariff on the lumber. So nobody's going to buy our lumber. They're going to go somewhere else. So how does this make sense? And I find like our leaders are just jokes as they stand up there to try to be tough and to really puff their chest as they're doing to say how much they're standing up for us when we're being gaslit. They don't stand up for us, and I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're highly unintelligent people that don't get anything. People like Melanie Joly, I don't think they understand economics. I don't think Chrystia Freeland understands economics. I think Carney might, but doesn't care about regular human beings. And Mary Ng, my God, the minister of what is she? The international trade minister. Let me play you a clip from this dingbat, Mary Ng. Let me see if I can just find it real quick here. You know, she says the same thing. We will retaliate. And she just talks a lot of like talking what I call talking out your ass. Here she is talking about something that she's developed to work with other countries since 2018. Hey, Mary, set your alarm. It's 2025.
To increase our exports to markets that are not the United States. So yes, to the Indo-Pacific and to Asia, but also to the European markets. We are on track to exceed the targets that we set out in 2018. We will exceed the target of increasing our exports beyond the United States by 50% by 2025. And I think from
Mary, it's 2025. You've been working on something since 2018. That's too long. With no result. How do you sit there at your desk and say, yep, oh, we're teaming up with these partners and we're gonna develop this? It's been in development for 7 years. Trump doesn't like this stuff. And you know what? Regular people don't like this stuff because it's too long, you're too slow, you're all talk, no action.
The tenor of the companies that I am, working with day in and day out, that they are looking at, of course, our trading partner with the United States is incredibly important, and we're going to continue to work to make sure that we have access to that market. But I think that the opportunities to work with others as well, like the Europeans, like those in the Asia Pacific and the Indo-Pacific, are just as important. And today, 10 years later, we have free trade agreements to over 65% of the world's economy. That's trade infrastructure that hasn't been there before. And I think today, as I say to companies, we've built those bridges, and we will support them as they cross that bridge into those markets.
They haven't crossed the bridge yet. That's not a good example, girlfriend. You didn't do it yourself any favors by even saying that. But okay, I just saw this as I was going to tape this video. The deal, Trump is a fair guy. So I just saw this headline. If I can share this with you from the Calgary Herald. Okay, and it says, let's go up to the top here. Say what? Trump wants to pitch a deal to roll back tariffs on Canada. The same day Trump hits Canada with tariffs, the US president wants to work a deal with Canada. He's a deal maker. You come to him with the deal. That doesn't mean you come groveling and bend the knee. You come, you stand up strong, and you're ready to negotiate like a decent human being. It's total war, the article says, or is it? Listen up. Could there be some kind of rollback of US President Donald Trump's tariffs in the cards for Canada? Here is Howard Lutnick, Trump's main man on tariffs. Both the Mexicans and the Canadians were on the phone with me all day trying to show they'll do better, and the president is listening because he's very, very fair and very reasonable. So maybe he'll reduce the tariffs. Like let's see what's going to happen. But back to BC, let me just play you what Rich Coleman said, because it's hard to find a politician or a former politician that actually makes some sense. I mean, I don't mean that. I mean, a lot of them do, but we just on a day-to-day basis don't hear from them in the media. So this is Rich Coleman. Let me pull that up for you. I'll take it from the top. Here we go.
Well, the bottom line is this, is the last 9 years of MVP have been spent killing industry in British Columbia.
Absolutely.
Killed the forest industry with overregulation. They went to a stumpaging that's not competitive. I know some people are doing their first cut in 2 years of logs on Vancouver Island because the stumpage and the regulation were so heavy they couldn't actually afford to cut a tree and get it to mill and make any money on it.
Ugh.
So whose fault is that if you have this over regulation, overreach, and over cost all leveled down on government? And then you add in all the other taxes these guys had. They have taxed BC to its knees. And they've done it to every industry.
Yeah.
So to go as woe as me and say that, well, okay, you now have 55% of the workforce in British Columbia is related to some type of government as employers. So there's only 45% of the employees in BC that are coming from people who are running business and investing in BC and trying to build jobs in the economy. So you've done this to yourself. And you have spent like drunken sailors. You have not had any accountability. You're running massive deficits, and you have the audacity to come and say, "Oh, war is me, and this is the problem. This is the fault of a president that's only been elected or been in office for about 20 days or 3 weeks or something." Right? So, okay, I'm sorry. You know, it's like you're just trying to deflect, like the president of the United States is deflecting to somebody else's fault. This is your fault.
Nice. Very good. Very good. That's finally somebody calling it out like it is. He's decimated all the economies, taxed everybody. Businesses don't want to leave here. You can't make it so many industries get ahead here in BC, whether it's mining, forestry, fruit growing, like no matter what we do here, they make it so hard. And now you're going to make it harder, but sit there and phony baloney us and go, we stand strong. We're taking the liquor off the shelf. You're such, like I said before, no good giraffe. But I found this great video posted by Liz Churchill on tariffs. And I'm just going to end this video with that because it kind of really summed it up and made some sense. Let's see what happens with the tariffs. Let's see if Trump goes ahead and does it this way. He's open to negotiate. And if we didn't have such bumbling, ridiculous leadership in this country, which he can see, the world can see what a joke Canada is from afar. I love my country. I'm Canadian, but I'm not proud of our leadership. I'm not proud of what I've seen in the past 5 years, quite frankly, and that's opened the eyes to everybody. And everybody can see it and everybody can smell it, to be honest. But let's end this video with a look at this 2-minute explainer on what exactly, how you can break down
now all announced their own plan. The most insane trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the US. In theory, that means a stronger US economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it.
Yeah. See that? Smart. That's smart. You know, we're trying to squawk about these tariffs that we're going to inflict, and we say it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's not going to hurt if 19% of our GDP, gross domestic product, is reliant on the US, and Mexico 37%, whereas for the US only 2.7%. Dang. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video with me, or spending this time with me. I'll end this video right now. If you liked it, give it a like. If you like what I'm up to, please subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.